okay? It's been hours.
Claro que estoy bien,
We were worried
obviamente.
you'd run into some
He
trouble
estado luchando.
at the
¿Acaso no me
Crooked Man's
ves?
place.
It's nothing. I'm fine.
I guess you've been worse. You did well, Sheriff. I'm surprised.
Estoy
Not
así
that you
a
did
punto de
well,
morir.
but that, you know. I'm just glad you made it back in one piece.
Eso es verdad.
It's about time you showed up. Now throw this asshole down the fucking well.
Yes, what are you waiting for?
You killed Lily!
She was my
Whoa,
sister.
calmaos.
What do you have to say for
Where the
yourself?
fuck do you get
ver,
off?
calmaos
You think
todos,
you
¿qué
have
les
the right
pasa?
to
What
just
about
do this
Faith?
to
What could
people?
they have
You're a
done to
fucking
deserve
crook!
This?
A ver.
You should be ashamed.
Shithole.
Everyone, can I have your attention? Thank you all for coming here on such short notice. I know normally we'd schedule a formal hearing, but considering the circumstances, I thought it best if we do this as soon as possible. The Crooked Man is charged with the murder
As
of
I
Faith
already
and...
informed your sheriff, it was Mr. Georgie Porgy who killed those women, not me.
What?
Bueno,
It was Georgie?
Georgie.
tú lo
I
ordenaste al
don't mean
matarlo,
to
¿no?
interrupt you, Miss White, but I thought it would be unwise to proceed with such faulty information.
Bigby, is that true?
Tú diste la
Georgie may
orden.
have killed them, but you made the call.
Do I have to explain the situation to you again?
Wait a minute. So you're saying Georgie's the motherfucker who killed my sister? Well, where is he?
Yeah, you're gonna bring that shithead in too, aren't you?
Yes, Sheriff. Where is the rotten scoundrel now?
Is he still out there?
I sincerely hope not.
Lo maté, ¿ok? Lo
I
maté.
killed him. He's dead.
He's... what?
Dead. So you see, the culprit has been punished. There's no
That
need
doesn't
for
change
this.
anything. We'll deal with it later, but right now, you're the one I'm concerned with.
You called the shots. Georgie made that perfectly clear.
In which case, you still have a lot to answer for.
I
And
was
I
told
don't...
I would be allowed to speak.
We have to read the rest of the
What
charges.
other charges?
Bien,
If you'd
adelante.
wait a moment.
Vamos a ver qué es lo que va a decir.
Right ahead.
Wait, that's not how this works. After the rest of your crimes are read through, then you will have an opportunity to defend yourself, but only then.
If you insist.
Ok.
You are charged with the murder of Faith and Lily, which Georgie carried out on your order, inciting violence against various members of the Fabletown community, including the attempted murder of Sheriff Bigby Wolf.
Twice.
A misunderstanding.
Aiding and providing monetary support for the forced prostitution at the Pudding and Pie. Additionally, you are charged with multiple counts of fraud, extortion, racketeering, and the illegal possession and sale of magical
Por
artifacts.
secuestrar a
And
Cran.
kidnapping Crane at gunpoint.
He went willingly.
Yes, thank you. Now, is there anything you would like to say?
First of all, I had nothing to do with Faith and Lily, so you can strike that one from your little record book.
Bullshit! Like hell you didn't.
Stop the charade. We know
Pero
you're in
esto es
cult.
suficiente.
It's obvious.
The rest of the charges are more than enough to deserve
We
execution.
all know who you are. We know what you've done.
Just give it up already.
The Crooked Man has committed crimes against this government and, most importantly, its citizens. These charges, if proven, are enough to justify death, upon which your body will be committed to the witching
Where it
well.
fucking belongs.
That's
So
right.
let's get
But
on
we
with it
promised
then.
you a chance to defend yourself, and I won't rob you of that right.
What the
You're
fuck?
really going
This
to
is
let him
about
talk?
justice. If we're ever going to pull ourselves together and make something of this town, we have to start doing things correctly. No more snap judgments, no more secrets. We are going to treat everyone fairly, even when they don't deserve it.
Eso es verdad. Todos tienen el derecho de defenderte
This is
para ver qué es lo que
ridiculous.
dice. ¿Qué es lo que quiere decirnos? Tienes toda tu atención.
You have the floor.
Thank you, Miss White. You've all met Georgie. I don't have to tell you what kind of person he was. He was a total scoundrel, lacking in any sort of moral fiber. I hired him as a favor to his family, you see. A promise kept to a dying mother.
Oh,
Are you gonna
jeez.
get to your point or what?
Georgie was working for me, yes. But he was not acting on my behalf when he killed those women. It was his business. And for whatever reason, I'm sure only he could understand, he murdered 2 of his most faithful employees. I had nothing to do with it.
This
the
is such
fucking
bullshit.
truth for
He's
once.
always been a bit of a powder keg. It was only a matter of time
Eso no es
before
lo que
something
dijo
like this
Georgie.
happened.
Georgie seemed pretty convinced he didn't have a say in the matter.
He clearly misunderstood my intention.
Really?
I would never authorize such an act.
Any of you actually believe this bullshit?
Holly, please.
Tell them, Bigby. When you finally showed up at my door last night, wasn't I more than helpful? I answered your questions.
Fui atacado 2 veces.
Yeah, and your goons attacked me. Did you forget that part?
They get a bit carried away sometimes, it's true. Loyal to the end. They do it because they want to protect me, as I've protected them. You understand wanting to protect what you care about, don't you? You'd do anything. You might even give up an innocent man, just to save someone.
Ellos no querían protegerte.
Yeah, right.
Te
They
tenían
don't do
miedo.
it because they want to protect you. You intimidate people. Use scare tactics. They're afraid if they don't follow orders, they'll end up dead.
Let me explain this to you. My employees are just that, hired help. I see some of them are here among you. They are not my slaves. They are all free to make their own decisions, as Georgie was.
What about Lily? She wasn't free. She wasn't given a choice. Do you really think she wanted... that any of those girls wanted their lives like that?
I'm sorry, Holly. I'm sorry that your sister asked me for help, and I'm sorry that I decided against my better judgment to give her a distasteful job.
Right, and you kept them in debt so they couldn't leave.
Yeah. That's what you did to us. How you kept us all
You
in line.
forget it was not me who put you in that position. You all act like I'm some kind of tyrant. When your government abandoned you, left you poor and helpless, sniveling on street corners, I was there to look out for you.
Pues este tiene
Wasn't
razón, ¿no? Eso fue
Crane was the
Gran.
one who let this town go to the fucking dogs. The guy who was in your pocket, remember?
Really? What about Auntie Greenleaf? Her story is not uncommon. She left everything she had back in the homelands. Everything that matters, anyway. With nowhere else to turn, she came to me for help. And what did I do for you?
You got my tree back.
I got her tree back, and in turn we used her magic to help poor Fables get glamours. Because I helped her, she was able to make a living, provide for herself. And what did they do?
She wanted my tree destroyed, but Bigby refused.
What?
You were gonna burn her tree?
No cometí un error,
Why
¿vale?
would you want
Por eso
that?
I
lo
know.
detuve.
Snow made a mistake.
I had very good reasons for asking you to do that. She was working with Crane and the Crooked Man.
It wasn't her fault.
You can lie to yourself, but you can't lie to me. You hated Crane, and you hated him for wanting to fuck you, and you being too soft to notice what he'd do to get it. It had nothing to do with the Crooked Man.
We've made some mistakes. I've made some mistakes. But believe me, I truly want what's best for this town. And that may not always be clear right away, but I want you all to know that I care deeply about all of you. And so does the sheriff.
Yeah, right.
I can't promise you
Mejoraremos.
perfection.
Things haven't been great for a while now, but we'll do better at protecting you. From people like him.
The Crooked Man's been exploiting you, exploiting your hope for a better life. You would go to him for help, and he would take that weakness and add it to his strength. And if things
Nunca nadie
didn't
se
fall
preocupó
exactly
por
his
ustedes.
way, someone would die.
Do you really think the Crooked Man cared about you? He just cared about your money. He cares about your obedience.
They're right.
You're all still afraid of him, even now. But you needn't be. His contamination of this town is over, and those girls will have their justice.
Uy, perdiste casa, amigo. ¿Y ahora qué vas a hacer? Acabas de perder en tu cara.
Very
qué aplaudes?
good. Very good. The sentiment is surely appreciated, Miss White. But it doesn't disguise the fact that these accusations are completely unfounded. The sheriff simply doesn't have a particle of evidence linking me to the
Georgie
murders.
was working for you. Bigby got a
A
confession
confession that nobody heard. Now, I'm no barrister, but I think such a statement would carry more weight if Bigby weren't the only one to whom Georgie spoke, especially given Bigby's history.
Pues sí, esta sí tiene toda la
So?
razón. ¿Qué hay de tu
What
historial?
about your history? All you've done to this fucking town?
What do you mean there's no evidence?
Cierto, no hay prueba
maybe
contra
he's-
el hombre
I
torcido.
mean,
No tiene ni
this
una sola
doesn't feel
prueba
right,
para
how we're doing
demostrarlo.
this. I just
Of
need-
course it's right. This man tormented all of you for profit. Georgie
Let me
killed
just
him.
make sure I understand you. You're trying to say that I'm responsible for what Georgie did because he was working for me at the time, yes?
Yes.
Of course!
¿A dónde quieres llegar con
Where are you
esto?
going with this?
Well, by that logic, Miss White should be on trial for Tweedledum's murder, since you know Bigby works for her.
That's...
He killed a man.
That don't make him a murderer.
Eso fue justificado.
Fuck's sake, killing someone who's trying to kill you is
They were
hardly...
there to retrieve Crane. You didn't need to escalate things.
Me! It was them! And who sent those two freaks anyway?
Bigby and I have already discussed his behavior that night. We're handling it
Now, where have
internally.
I heard that before? How about the way he treated poor Tweedledee when he was in your custody? He was beaten to mashed apples while under your watch.
Under my watch.
Maybe he's right.
Did you think we'd all just let that
Pues
go?
no,
You can't
no
be
estaba
serious.
involucrado.
Snow had nothing to do with it. We all thought she was dead.
Besides, Crane was still deputy mayor when that happened. Right before you decided to kidnap him.
It was for his own protection. Oh, you're right, dear. Crane was in charge. Sometimes it's hard to tell the difference.
That's enough.
So, you won't answer for your employees' behavior, but I must perish for
This
mine.
is completely different.
I
We all...
did not order those two girls dead. It simply never happened. Georgie killed Faith and Lily. End of story. They want to scapegoat me for their own tangled ends, but they refuse to answer for their own
This
crimes.
isn't right.
Oh, please.
Eso no es
We'll deal
verdad.
with them after we deal with you. That's
I
not
mean, a
true.
certain level of privilege should be afforded to...
To who?
This is how it's always been.
Yes. See, this is exactly to what I'm speaking. We lashed our ropes to this diseased world, and ever since, which one of us has been there for you? Who filled your lives with the promise of more? Who was there while they idly played in their towers, judging you, treating you as mindless children, too stupid to command your own destiny? Without me, who will pay your rent when you're on the verge of eviction? Who will dare challenge their brutality when it leaks to our dear citizens? Who will protect you from the big bad wolf?
Oye, no me veas como una amenaza.
Ooh,
Yo soy el
Bigby.
comisario.
Miss White!
Excuse me,
I-
dear.
I wanted to make sure I had the chance to say something.
Why don't you take a moment to catch your breath, little
What's
one?
she doing here?
I'd like to... I need to say something.
We're kind of in the
Adelante.
middle of something.
Of course. Go right ahead.
You probably don't remember me. I don't know why I was afraid to come
My
here.
dear, I don't
Just
know
shut
whether-
up. You enslaved us for years. Let us hear stories about what you do. Told us we would lose everything if we stepped just one toe out of line. And we couldn't say a word about it because of these damn ribbons. But you know what? Now it's my turn
Claro,
to
porque
talk.
ya ahora la máquina se ha roto. Ahora
I
puedes
found
decir,
Vivian's body.
puedes decir todo lo que va a decir.
Did you kill her? Did he?
Sheriff,
Dios se
this is highly
suicidó.
irregular.
Vivian se
Vivian.
suicidó.
Killed herself. Back at the pudding and pie.
I'm sorry, I don't think I know
Narissa. My name is Narissa.
It's okay, my dear. It's going to be just...
He ordered them dead. This fucker. Faith and Lily.
That's a lie.
I was in the goddamn room when he did it. Faith and Lily are dead because of you. The only two people who ever gave a damn about
Esto lo
me.
confirma.
This just
Ahí está la
confirms
prueba.
it.
He made Georgie do it. It was always him. Georgie would have never done anything without his say-so. Ever.
You're going to take the word of a stupid...
At least 5 other girls will back me up on this. We all heard you say it.
Did you now?
Looks like we found our evidence.
She saw it
Nuestra prueba.
firsthand.
Ya,
He's
ya
guilty.
ganamos este caso.
Good enough for me.
Me too.
So that's it, right?
Calm down the witching well.
Nah, that's too fucking easy for a crook like that.
What do you mean?
He's gotta pay for what he did.
Listen to yourselves!
You're all rats. fleeing from one sinking ship to the next. So quick to latch onto whatever will keep your miserable lives afloat. This is how you want to repay all I've done for you?
What, you take two people's
Just
lives
esperaba.
away and now you want
Pero diste-
mercy? What did you expect to happen here? You're getting what you deserve.
Well done, then.
Now, for your sentence.
We don't have to become murderers.
What are you talking about?
He's guilty. I know that, but we don't have to kill anybody. We can imprison him. Lock him up forever. Somewhere he can never hurt anyone again.
Bueno, esto podría tener una buena
How can we be
razón.
sure he won't escape?
I can help. We'll use magic.
That's
I
not
assure
good
you.
enough.
Maybe
There will
she
be
has a
more
point.
if he isn't
Hasn't
stopped.
there been
I
enough
don't give a
bloodshed
shit. So we
already?
get rid
It's
of
too
him.
dangerous.
Get him out of here.
We can send him
Everyone,
away.
listen up! Clearly, we're having trouble agreeing on a suitable punishment. So I think
This is going nowhere.
someone needs to make a decision.
Who?
I hope you aren't suggesting yourself.
Why not?
A ver,
What do you
no
think
debería
this is?
decidir.
Look, Snow should decide what we do with him. She's gonna be the deputy mayor,
But
so...
she's not the deputy mayor yet.
What about
Aunque
Bigby?
esto tiene sentido.
What about him?
He was appointed. He's the only official representative, really. He should be the judge.
That makes sense to me.
I guess it does.
Okay.
Fine.
Are you sure? This isn't how
It's what the people want, Miss White.
Okay, Mr. Wolf, it's your call.
Puedo decidir
Just
lo que voy a hacer.
Do what you think is right.
Yo decidiré. ¿Qué
Yes,
debo hacer?
Sheriff.
¿Tirarlo al pozo? ¿Encerrarlo?
think is
¿O
right.
avancharle
Teach him
la
a fucking
cabeza?
lesson.
No.
He
Me
has to
gustaría
die.
arrancarle la
Lock him
Just
cabeza.
fucking get rid of him.
Pero yo no soy una amenaza. ¡Uy, demonio! ¿Qué pasó? Ay, ¿qué haces? ¿Qué estás tratando de hacer? Suéltame. ¿Qué te pasa, ¿Qué te pasa? ¿Cuál es tu problema?
There you are. I hope you all remember this moment. Think of me when you try to sleep.
Finish it, Sheriff.
Please, we can
No
still.
soy una
already.
amenaza. ¿Lo entiendes? No soy una amenaza.
You said you had a way to keep him from hurting people.
Wait, you
After
can't
what
be
he's
serious.
done, you just gonna put him in prison?
This isn't the way, Sheriff.
You're doing the right thing.
Yes, there's a way.
All right, do it.
A ver, esto es perfecto, la buena decisión y cuando el comisario Wood, ¿cómo era? Big Wood, nosotros no nos veamos como una amenaza. Así que está bien así. Mientras sigamos así, seamos buenos como comisarios para proteger a las demás fábulas mágicos. ¡Ah, lo convirtió en cuervo! Esto es
Not what I was
increíble.
expecting. Morning, crooked man.
He's got a sharp tongue. I thought it would be better for everyone if he parted with it.
Thanks, Greenleaf.
Let's just call it even.
¿Qué quieres decir como un
Hey, Sheriff.
empate?
Are you gonna come see the truck off? We're leaving for the farm in a few. Thought you might want to. I don't know.
I'll be down in a minute.
Okay, great.
Espero que no se te escape el cuerpo, porque si te llegas a escapar,
Es
tendré que
fucking
encarcelarte a ti también. El cuervo de aquí soy yo, ¿no? Mi mascota. Se convirtió en mi mascota, el hombre torcido.
Oh, Mr. Wolf, Flycatcher left his keys.
¿Por qué? Son mis llaves del apartamento. ¿Está todo bien?
Is everything okay? You look...
I'm sorry, Sheriff. I have to take care of this.
Solo
We'll
estaba
talk later,
preguntando. ¿Si está todo bien? Bueno, se nota que está un poquito apresurada.
Good morning, Miss White.
You're late.
Qué raro, me trata como si fuera basura. ¿Será porque no tomé buena decisión?
Someone's
Hola,
gonna
Colin.
see you, Colin.
Colin no me habla. ¿Qué pasa? No entiendo. Que ahora me ven como el malo del juego. No, va a ser un final raro. Ahora sí que este es el último capítulo por lo que veo ya se está terminando. Ya atrapamos al hombre torcido. Ya lo tenemos encarcelado. O sea, ¿qué más da? Ah, los sapos se van para la granja.
Jesus.
Bueno, acá, ¿qué pasó con el dinero que
We
te
only
di?
have like 5 minutes.
They carry me for fuck's sake. I don't give a shit. You forgot these.
Oh, thank you. It's been pretty busy around here.
Morning, Sheriff. Nice fucking day.
Ay, no sea dramático, amigo.
Just go grab that, would you? It's just a farm. You don't have to be so dramatic about it. Just why the hell did she have to send me and me boy away, huh? You promised me I'll get another chance. But Miss White said I had to go up to the damn farm anyway.
No es mi culpa.
Wait, Sheriff Bigby. I have something.
You know, he was up crying all night, poor kid.
Can you give this to Miss White, please? Dad says there's no time to say goodbye, so if you could bring it to her, she
Claro.
was nice.
Te lo entregaré.
Sure.
I couldn't take them all with me, and she said she liked that one the best.
No,
It's
es
a
un
willow
escarabajo.
beetle. That's a big one. They're cool.
Le va a
'cause
encantar,
when
le
they're
encantará.
little, they have these pouches that squirt juice at you if you touch them.
I'm sure she'll love it.
She said it was pretty.
We're about ready to head out.
What's it like at the farm? I've heard ogres live there, and they eat people in their sleep sometimes.
God, I hope not.
Do we have to go? I want to stay here.
Well, we don't have a choice anymore.
Lo lamento.
I'm sorry, TJ.
No podía hacer
But,
nada.
look on the bright side, okay? There's plenty of space to run around, and a nice river nearby, so you can swim all you want.
Even in daytime?
Yeah.
Sí,
You don't have to
de
worry
día,
about
de
the
noche,
monkey seeing you.
lo que tú
Be nice.
quieras.
Come on. It won't be so bad.
Have you been there before?
No. Some of the animals aren't comfortable around wolves, so you wouldn't know, would you?
We're all set.
Bye, Mr. Wolf.
Adiós,
TJ.
niño sapo.
Hey, Bigby. Where's your friend, Colin? Where's the fucking pig?
Él pudo quedarse. Él puede
Colin gets
quedarse.
to stay. That's bullshit, Bigby, and you know it. You're all fucking corrupt.
No es mi culpa. No es mi culpa. ¿Ok?
Saying goodbye?
Como todos los días. Hola, Nerissa. La princesa de la sirenita.
Hi.
Hi.
You're still wearing that thing.
Oh, yeah, I guess I am. It's not easy to forget. I know it seems like I should be able
Quitar el
to...
lazo.
It's
Podría matarla,
just-
¿no? Lo entiendo.
It's okay. I get it.
No sé, no me la juego.
Listen, I came here because I have to tell you something.
Sí,
What is
dime.
it?
It's about what happened to Faith and Lily. I'm not sure where to start. Faith, Lily, and I, we had this plan. We were gonna find a way out. Leave the pudding and pie for good. But then Faith decided to get some leverage. She stole a picture of Crane and Lily together. The minute Faith stole that photo, we had dirt on one of the Crooked Man's allies. If he found out, I had no choice. You have to understand. You've seen how they kept us quiet in that place. Can you imagine the lengths they go
dímelo.
just to silence someone who
Trata
had
de
physical
decirme.
evidence?
Nerissa, just tell me what happened.
I freaked out, okay? I thought if I came clean to Georgie, he'd get the Crooked Man to leave us alone. We could just forget the whole thing. Maybe try again in a few years.
You what?
So I told him everything. And I begged for mercy for all of us. I didn't want anyone to die over a
Bendita tu
picture.
amiga.
So you
Bendita
sold
a tus
them.
amigas.
No. Yes. Georgie promised he'd smooth things over with the Crooked Man. But then, oh God.
Darle un cigarrillo.
Here.
Vamos.
Thank you.
Fúmatelo. Fúmatelo.
I don't know what happened, but that night at the club, Georgie came back and told me things had changed. He had to make an example of us. We had committed treason. And while the two of us were sitting there, as he was telling me this, Faith walked in, and I had to watch while Georgie...
Wait, so Georgie told you all this? Not the crooked man? Back at the well, you said...
I know what I said.
But it wasn't the truth, was it?
No mentiste.
What does it matter? I know the crooked man did it. So what if it wasn't the whole truth?
Bueno,
It
lo
was
hecho
true enough.
está.
I guess
Ya está encerrado.
what's done is done.
I know he ordered their deaths. I wasn't gonna let him get away with it because of a stupid technicality. Especially after... that night, after Faith. I tried to warn Lily, but she wasn't with her scheduled appointment. So I did the only thing I could do. I left Faith's head at your doorstep.
You?
I walked her over here, and I
Ese
left
pedazo
her.
de tela.
That piece of fabric I found near there. That was you?
Yeah, I cut my leg trying to get over the fence.
So
Entiendo.
you started all this.
I just pointed you in the right direction. People like us get forgotten all the time. The crooked man was counting on that. When we suffer, we do it in silence. And the world likes it that way. We just fade, like we never existed. I couldn't watch that happen to Faith or Lily. Nobody cares about us.
Siento que haya tenido que
I'm
pasar por
sorry,
eso.
Marissa. I'm sorry that's what it took to get me to pay attention.
It'll be different now. You'll make things right. You and Snow.
I don't know. Seems like no matter what I do, it's just not enough for her, or anyone. I just can't win with these people.
I know it might feel that way, but they need you, Bigby. Both of you. You two make a good team. The way you look out for each other.
No me
And look
necesitan.
out for us.
Snow doesn't really need me.
I'm sure that's not true.
No, ya no me necesita. Es verdad.
After everything you've done for us, maybe they don't want to admit it, but without you, none of this would have happened. You listened when no one else would. You protected your friends, no matter the cost. And you brought justice to this town. Finally. Because you brought the crooked man in, everyone saw who he really was. So from where I'm standing, you did the right thing. You've been given this job for a reason. And I left Faith at your doorstep because I knew if anyone stood a chance against the crooked man.
Nada de eso importa al final.
No. Doesn't matter what I do. In the end, it's all the same shit it always was.
You're wrong. You've changed this place. For better or worse, Fabletown wouldn't be the same without you.
Okay.
You're not as bad as everyone says you are.
Las mismas palabras que fue el capítulo 1.
I need to tell you something. I have to tell you something.
I feel like we've met before.
You're trying to place me. You like my ribbon? Do you like it?
Faith wore one too.
Would hide her beauty so she could escape his kingdom.
They used to call me the Little Mermaid.
Dr. Swinehart ever get back to you about Faith?
He said he wanted to run more tests. I hope you find what you're looking for.
Y tras ella, porque ella es un poco demasiado sospechosa, ¿no lo creen? Y tras ella.
I'll see you around.